We'll figure it out.
It's like a
Yeah, these are the ones she's got.
Everything's fast.
There we go. Some people have to know what
Okay, I'll go.
All right, great.
Cool, well, we gotta go to a meeting.
Yep.
Do we have a chair, or do we have a?
We have a quorum now,
You have a
Councilor
chair.
Robinson.
I'll
You are
chair
the
this.
chair.
I'm the chair. Right, we have a quorum?
We do.
Okay, I'm gonna call this meeting to order. We're starting late today, this Technology Committee meeting. And anybody at remote locations?
No, but since we posted it, we have to leave it open.
All right, okay. So we will go right to the first item. Amend contract for Tier 4 passenger locomotives. And Fred is going to give the report on this. Fred.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. This item is to amend an existing contract for additional funds for Tier 4 locomotives that our board had approved for Metrolink. To give you some background, in two different rounds back in 2013 and 14, our board approved replacement of 20 Tier 0 locomotives with Tier 4 passenger locomotives for a total of $52 million. It was basically, we came to the board twice for a total of $52 million. And as you see on the picture on the slide, that's the first locomotive that was delivered, and our board member supervisor Sean Nelson, who is also a Metrolink board member, was the MC for the basically ceremonies of the inauguration of that Metrolink. Wayne Astry was also there representing our agency. This is the basically lowest emitting passenger locomotive in the nation that Metrolink has embarked on. Following that project, under our year 16 Carl Moyer program, they submitted a second proposal to replace another 17 and also purchase 3 additional locomotives. So these two projects, we are talking for about a total of 40 locomotives. And this item, the way our board approved it was to approve $22.85 million from the $58.85 million, and then set aside $36 million to be approved in 4 different phases, $9 million each. So this is the first time we have come to you for the first $9 million to add to the total contract amount and amend the existing contract. This slide gives you a total overview of those 2 contracts that I just explained. So we have one with 20 replacements for a total of $52 million. A contract is executed, deliveries are on schedule, and the second one, we already have $22.85 million approved, and this is the first round we have come back to you to ask for additional $9 million. The benefits of this project are huge. They are very cost effective, and each locomotive generates about 12 tons a year emission reduction by replacing a Tier 0 locomotive. About 53% of the route are on EJ areas, so not only it has huge reduction, it benefits environmental justice communities. So our recommendation is to amend the existing contract by addition of $9 million from our AB 923 funds.
Okay, any questions on this? Go ahead.
I'll move the item. I have a
All
a little
right,
tangential. So this is the best technology we have now.
Yes.
But I know you've been having meetings with San Bernardino County Transportation Authority about our incoming rail that we'd like to make even cleaner. So we're looking a couple years out at the next generation, and I understand those conversations have been fruitful so far. I just want to make sure it stays at the top of everybody's list that we want to be the next best thing.
Sure.
Got it. I'll second the motion.
okay. Any public comment on this or any further discussion? All right, do we have to take a roll call because we
Yes.
have an outside
We do.
link or
We do.
not?
We do,
No.
still do?
I don't
Yes.
think we have to when it's not VT.
Okay, any objection to that? That'll be the order. Okay, good work on that. Now, I'll tell you what, people thank me for 20 new locomotives. I haven't heard thanks for the next 20.
Right?
Okay, next item is approve the trucks, transport, refrigeration units and infrastructure projects under Prop 1B. Do I have this right? Yeah.
Yes.
And Vicki White is going to give us the report on that. Vicki,
Great,
go ahead.
thank you. With this item, staff is requesting approval of trucks, transport refrigeration units, and supporting infrastructure for the Prop 1B program. By way of background, we are now working with the 5th year of the Prop 1B program. For this year, the program, ARB has granted South Coast a total of $95.8 million for truck and TRU projects. In March and May of this year, the board approved over 600 truck projects, zero emission TRU, and related infrastructure for the year 5 Prop 1B program. These projects amount to about $58.8 million, which leaves about $37 million left over. So in June of this year, the board released a second solicitation. And for the second solicitation, staff conducted a enhanced outreach effort, which included sending postcards to all the fleets listed by ARB as compliant with the statewide truck and bus regulation. We also conducted a very successful webinar. It was very well attended. That was in June after the release of the solicitation. The solicitation closed in August, and we received an oversubscription of requests for the remaining funds. So we received requests for over 900 truck projects, as well as TRUs and infrastructure, amounting to about a little over 58 million. So staff has completed all of the evaluations, and we're currently waiting for ARB to approve the final rank list. Once ARB approves the final rank list, we will post it to our website. The projects will be funded in that final rank order until all the remaining funds are exhausted. So the recommended action is for the board to approve additional truck projects, zero emission TRU, and related infrastructure awards, subject to ARB's final approval of the rank list for the year 5 program until all of the designated funds are exhausted. So I'm happy to answer any questions on this item.
Okay, any questions from our members? Right, yeah. I have one question. Prop 1B, we're at the end of it, right? This is called year 5, Prop 1B, so explain that to me, how that's working.
Oh, sure. So this is our final funding allocation for the Prop 1B program, and we call it year 5 because there have been 5 funding cycles of the program. So that being said, we got our final grants for the Prop 1B program. We know what the award amount is. It's about 95.8 for the trucks, of which, we're hoping to allocate all the funds with this December board action. And then what's different about this year is it allowed fleets to reserve those monies for technologies, truck technologies that aren't yet commercially available. Primarily the 0.02 gram engines for the heavy duty engines for the truck, class 7 and 8 trucks basically. And also we got requests for electric trucks as well. So they're reserving the funds now, and those funds have a longer timeline for deployment. So This is the first year the Prop 1B program is allowing that to happen. So they'll be spent over like 3 years.
Okay,
We have until July 1, 2020 to get all the funds spent.
so we can use some of that monies for these newer low NOx technologies that we're
Yes.
hoping to get up and running. Okay.
Yeah, we have over, I think it's about, I want to say over half the funds allocated for optional low NOx engines, 0.02 gram
And
engines.
zero emission trucks as well.
And zero emission, of
Yeah.
course, yeah,
Yeah.
the hydrogen, get some hydrogen.
And
So,
Board Member Mitchell, actually, among the participating air districts, which is 5 of us, we are the only one who have been oversubscribed on this. So the ARB has looked at the schedule. Now they are trying to extend the schedule so other air districts can issue another solicitation to get zero emission trucks and requests. So we are in the fortunate situation. We believe the webinar we held and the outreach we did, the second round, we were greatly oversubscribed. The extension by ARB also allows us enough time to get into contract with all of them, although the technologies are not available yet. But being in contract with them will give more commitment from our side that they move forward with the projects.
great, that's good, that's very good work. We need $1 billion a year, don't we?
Can I ask a question,
Yes.
Madam Chair? So if the other programs don't fully expend their funds, can the state sweep back those funds and reallocate
They,
to districts that are perhaps oversubscribed?
they can with ARB's board approval. And actually what happened, just give you a little bit of history, the first year when we did Prop 1B, San Diego Air District was unable to spend all their money. And ARB gave a portion of their money to us because we were oversubscribed. But then because the program was to continue several years, the following year we adjusted back. But ARB's board has the authority to do that because they have decided the percentages that goes to each area.
Who do we know on ARB that might be able to help us?
Let's make sure staff follows up on that and keeps track of it, so that if it does need to come to the ARB, we can push it, we can support it and promote it. Okay, any questions? No.
No,
Any questions or comments from the audience? No public comment there, okay. All in favor or any objection?
I'll move
to
the
this?
item and just fantastic job on the marketing efforts, going from undersubscribed to oversubscribed, webinar, everything else, so.
Okay,
I'm gonna abstain.
you understand, I'll second, and so, is there any objection? Is that enough, just 2 people?
No, we need an affirmative vote, I feel.
Okay, so the,
We can forward it to
We
the
can forward it to the
board
board
without
without-
approval here, just forward it to the board. Okay, the next thing is the program announcement for the purchase of electric school buses. And Ranji George, good morning.
Good afternoon, board
Oh,
members.
that's right, it's afternoon already.
Just want to express our thanks to the board's support of the school bus program. It's been kind of widely successful. I mean, from 2001 onwards, we have given about 1,500 clean school buses and retrofitted 3,400 diesel buses with PM traps. Given that about 60 students per bus, we are talking of hundreds of thousands of kids driving in or being transported in some of the cleanest buses in the country. Some talking points when you meet the school districts. So, we are requesting the board to support a new program funding announcement, PA 2017-01. This is to provide funds for school districts interested in purchasing electric school buses, ZEP school buses. And we have restricted it to type C or type D electric school buses. And these buses must be ARB approved. They have to be on the ARB approved list. As of now, there's one bus that has been approved, the type C. We are hoping by the time the announcement hits the street and the applications come in, there will be more on the list. ARB has been asking us to issue this announcement for some time. They have been pressing us, and we have been working with them to see how we can use some of their HVIP funds to leverage our funds. So what we'll be doing is providing, or they have to apply directly to ARB for the HVIP fund portion, about $125,000 per bus requested, and we hope to cover the rest of the funding. So it's a joint effort in some sense. As far as the prices of buses, we are still hope to negotiate the final price so that they can give us an affordable price and yet have a lot of school districts participate in it. We are also giving $20,000 per electric school bus for charging infrastructure. And we hope the board will issue this program announcement, approve of the announcement on December 2nd board meeting. We are requesting the applications to be in on February 10th. That's about roughly over 70 days. Then we'll come back to the board for the consideration of the awards from the applicants to receive. And the schools who are approved, they have to apply to CARB for the HVIP funding. And then after the HVIP awards are made by CARB, we'll be issuing the awards, final grants. So the recommendation is to issue
frozen in the freezer
2017.
for like a month ago.
Questions?
Is that 20,000 to the school districts, is that enough to install all the infrastructure they need, or are they gonna have to invest their own funds?
We are hoping that will cover the costs. I mean, it's per bus, it's not per school district. So if they ordered 4 buses and after all the applications are sorted and if they, let's say, get 3 buses, they apply for 4, they get 3, we'll give them 60. So that should,
Just for infrastructure.
just for this.
It'll depend on the school district and how far the lines are from the panels and whatnot, but we're hopeful it will cover it.
And this is the first time we're trying to leverage our own AB 923 funds with ARB's HVIP funding. So we think this will be a precedent, and if we are successful, we can go a long way leveraging our funds with HVIP.
The HVIP is greenhouse gas reduction money.
Yes, it's low carbon transportation funds.
Right. Okay, I have a question. And you had said there's only one bus that is out now that complies with the type CRD. Who makes that?
It's called E-Line Bus from Canada. They have won some contracts. They're already out with a fully functional electric bus, but we hear other manufacturers in the process of applying for ARB approval or soon.
So, BYD.
Other applicants, they both do the full bus and so I have a feeling some applicants may use their batteries.
Because I'm just thinking of
I bought it for a final yesterday or the day before. Oh, yesterday.
BYDs.
Because I was looking for my turkey.
Buses.
Or final was too expensive.
Andre's truck market and your announcements. So
We could urge them
We
to
could-
apply for CARB certification.
they have to get through the ARB certification to get it on the HVIP list.
This is one reason we have this program announcement. ARB has been basically pushing us for the last 7 months to come and because we have been very proactive on two programs. In order for the manufacturers to see that we are supportive of this so they can come forward and get ARB approval. Once they are approved, there's no, yeah.
So once we issue the program out, they'll still be some time for.
I mean, Monday.
Yes, there are a couple of steps that are different on this one here.
Monday.
The way the
Today.
I was for like an expiration date for this stuff and things that get signed on the go for.
we are doing this on an
attention.
basis. HVIP cannot award before our award, that's their requirement. So what we have done is we say, we are coming to you, we are issuing the program announcement. February comes, we evaluate them, May we will come for your approval. Then, after your approval, those that we approve, they must go to ARB and apply for HVIP funding. If they get funding, then we will enter into contract, execute contracts with them. Now, there is no specific timing on that. If we see a approved bus is in process of being certified on ARB's list or so, we can wait maybe a couple of months or so, even then, to execute the contract, so make sure there's more choices.
Good, well, I hope we can encourage people are
We'll encourage our
California, American companies.
integrators and manufacturers that we know.
Okay, so do we have a motion? We need a motion to approve the program
I'll
announcement.
move the item.
Okay. And you're seconding? Okay. Any objection? All right, that's the order. That can go to the board with our approval. Okay. Wow. Gee, I'm just so good at this.
Unlike the other two.
So, any other business that members want to bring forward or anyone wants to bring forward? Any public comment out there? Okay, good. Well, the next meeting is going to be January 20th, and we will adjourn to the next meeting with no further business. Okay, thank you all.
So, oh yeah. Well, I need to talk to a few people about a few things. You were one of them. I'm glad you're here. This has nothing to do with AQMD. I have some of my Arrowhead residents in my second house. They're asking about like Cal Fire. I'm wondering if you're up to speed on that yet. So basically, they want to like close it down to mid-October or something like that.
Last I heard of it,
Could be. Yeah, I wasn't fully up to speed. But.
Odds is that I was share the word.
My father-in-law's a big shooter, and he's going up to the our house this weekend. So
Well, if there doesn't work, he can stop us.
I'll let him know. Yeah, he's a member at quite a few, so but a great simulator facility in Lake Forest, and so he goes every Friday, and they do real life situations with officers training there, stuff like that. So he loves it. He's an engineer that was a wannabe police officer, sniper, or
And you get to a point where you just don't want to work. Yeah, I got the guy that's ready for but then the guy charged me, and I was going to shoot him in my shoot. He's like, so I get shot 7 times, and we're getting that. I vote on their budget. They're not going to deliver like 2 shots.
That is true. That is true. So squeaking by, it's the fiscal conservatism of my campaign as well, right? So, my consultant was like, no, yeah, I know. He was saying, I don't know, like the Wednesday before the election, he said, I want to do one more mailer, and I'm sure, I think I got it. So that saved me $10,000.
Just carry it over. Yeah.
Mine
Yeah, well, the town got that, but it's 2 new.
Oh my goodness, he was telling me they were running, but
So we'll just do it in-house, maybe 1,000 or so, and then so the next big order.
that should be interesting. So, is he in a minority? minority because of that now? Or just,
No.
okay. So it's just the two are.
He's got two other colleagues.
It looks like it's gonna hold.
Oh, that's what I scratched too.
And I got out the tree. Spent here a little over $200,000.
You folks, whoever else from the manufacturers, we get this Canadian company.
Much better choice.
Have it here in the US also. They come in.
That must be a different. Well, it had like, it had other pieces. Oh!
4 or 5 days.
You actually
So actually, we did like we went whitewater rafting. That's why I said we spent 3 days out
on the trail, right?
Yeah, they told us it was gonna be.
It might have been 7 too. It could have been 7 days.
Small
Yeah, well, I think we did 9 days.
They have both.
Yeah. They're good.
Chris might have said. Yeah, I might have. So it sounds exciting, you know, I think maybe not. We're not in that kind of shape. So speak for yourself. I didn't say that.
Well, I was gonna say the passes.
You're almost.
Yeah,
13 something, wasn't it? I don't know. It was way up.
Yeah. It was 3.
Well,
But they're really good.
But we did that, we're working on it's less about that, although I'd like to do that.
Yeah, they
We're gonna
did.
try to do the Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when she's at the Grand Canyon.
Oh, you're okay. There's 2 cars.
That's a pretty fast
There's 2 presentations.
I heard that like Amazon, because we could have done Amazon, but I heard that's really cool.
I don't know, Robert put it.
Oh, Robert put it
I
on.
gave it directly to Robert, some of it.
Oh, okay.
And it's also the weekend one, so.
Yeah.
Well, we use it now for Patagonia, for Machu Picchu, and we're using it for
Kilimanjaro.
Did Larry?
So they're really good.
Yeah.
I really recommend them.
Keep one.
I think that was, that's reasonable. For the kind of stuff
It's a good thing that he was there, because he sees it.
No, I put it
So it's just trying to get younger people.
there's just 2 of them.
And we do have another person.
This is number 5, it's 5 and 6. This one.
Because it wasn't.
Yeah.
Listed the name, didn't list the. Was it, this is your book? See, so you get here, it's on page. Because it was right here. See, it was, this is all that was online. Oh, okay.
No, I thought there was, is this recording already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I noticed on the recordings, they have us ahead of time for every walking around.
Yeah, because we don't have anything to put up there.
No, I think you're
While we're in between it.
Oh, okay, but that's okay, as long as that recording.
Yeah, no, we do record it.
Yes.
All you do is.
But then you go to
It's no big deal.
Okay.
It's
here.
everything else. Yeah, it's usually the talking.
Yeah.
Now where to go.
Are you doing another meeting again?
Right. No, no, I'm in the picture, but making sure this,
There's
and
no-
after this one, we have,
there's no
backup.
Yeah.
The thing itself is there. Luckily, that
Let
is
me,
just,
Because that's all there is.
now Denise is not
It's
gonna
okay.
do the actual.
Yeah.
Just backup.
So I've seen,
I'm sure it exists.
yeah.
I'm sure it exists.
No, it does. I'll find out. Next one.
You'll have to bring it up. I usually do it too. And then just put it up on the screen.
Okay.
So the first one, that first one, in terms of the,
Yeah.
it was really the environmental, it sounds like it's an environmental department, so it's, Chris Cannon, I guess for both mayors, I didn't see the very beginning, but both mayors made comments. Directly really pushing for, I think most of the commissioners do the same, they're pushing for faster implementation of getting to zero. They're, hopefully they're, sound like they're doing what it's. You probably know better.
Good funding.
Yeah.
I always say that right now.
I'm gonna look right now and outline that they're going.
It's gonna be a long. I know.
With us, it's actually a quick read, because it's not that.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to look for it, I just read the press release. I wasn't sure.
And the other thing was, it's really
Yeah.
focused.
Right, okay.
So they need to concentrate on toxics in users. They have some interesting stuff on their clean truck program, 2.0.
I heard some rumors that they were gonna phase out anything 10.
That's in there.
So it is, okay.
It's in there, but it's.
But it's not, there's no hard deadline.
It's more
or
squishy,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard too, it's like, I was expecting something hard and it's like, we're gonna try to get there.
I think it's like, if there's a, I can't remember, there's like two caveats, if there's a standard, and then there's a deadline that's later, so if we implement 2018, there's standards of that in contract requirement.
The national standards you're talking about, or state standards, national? That is probably. I don't know. What do you think?
We have some use in that.
What's that?
Petition.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much optimism you have in light of our
I have a lot.
president-elect.
I have a lot.
Having said on that.
Yeah.
He just
They're
doesn't seem
asking
to
all
have,
of the
he doesn't seem to have the
Yeah, we know about it.
compassion part of the conservatism is the one you served under. He's more of the bull in the china shop, so we'll see.
I think it's
Just
slow
enough.
enough.
Right now it's okay. Right now
I wonder how real it is, but, you know, if it's real, that's a good sign.
Who knows, maybe this is how Whitman will be doing.
I'm hearing a lot of people that I do know
She
though.
didn't vote against it. Campaign against him, but.
Well, I was gonna say Romney did, and if I get Secretary of State.
Yeah, Romney didn't say he was going to campaign, so she said she would vote.
Oh. Okay, well, that's a good point. Good point.
I think, second person counts as cafeteria.
So I think we're just like the.
Or you're in here. So
Jeff,
Technology.
she was
We're gonna ask for more cookies. It's exciting. Okay, let me call.
I think they might have got confused, because usually you do first.
I know.
And he had been state assemblyman for 6 years, and it turned out,
they were thinking about how
he
should
was
they
out
move
of
forward.
office for, I don't know.
Because they were thinking, you know, maybe we should just not, like, no, you should.
Yeah, so he was campaigning for 4 years for
What
it.
happened?
Hi Debbie, it's Nancy.
Same thing.
Oh, thank you.
EPA
Okay,
has
bye.
their three rulemaking.
On the way.
One was the Arctic Blue and Water, one was the last heavy duty standard trucks. And this is what the administrations do, they put everything on hold, and then they review it, and then they go, depending on the strength of what's being said. So on our side, the science was there, everything was there. Okay, go. Same on that. Truck makes people. The funny thing though is that 60 years ago, 60 years ago, Jeff Homestead was the AA there, and so now he comes in. The administrator. Like, so you already have precedent, you already have all these things, you've got design issues, you've got manufacturers wanting to have, one national standard, and all these things, so my first hurdle was just getting the agency to do the announcement, which I'm pretty confident after 2 days that they'll do it, probably within the first week of December.
Excuse me, could I ask you a question of clarification
And then the
unless you?
second issue is, depending on who they
You
announce as the.
understand from the discussion of
If
the
it's
last
the
few
guys
years
that I know,
that
then I'm not
CARB
concerned
just
because
approved one
whether it's Jeff Homestead, whether it's
company
Roger
based
Martel,
in
who's the general
Canada
counsel, whether it's
to manufacture
Marcus
these
Peacock,
electric
who's the
buses.
deputy.
And that's the
They're
first
solid in
company
terms
that
of,
has been certified by
listening
CARB.
to the reasoning and the rationale.
From that.
We've got a solid argument, and we've got a big coalition.
It may be,
They'll listen to all that. So,
others are real big on that class that they were looking at, the C&D classes, they were looking at.
Oh, I see, that's a certain size of a school bus.
I'm not sure what that is, I'm not sure. And of course, other electric buses are certainly approved here.
so I'm optimistic, as optimistic as I can be. How's that? Good job.
Because, Mayor Cassiari is very
Yeah.
interested in promoting electrical vehicles of all types.
Right.
And he wants me to, as board consultant, he wants me to keep on top of this issue. So, I'm very much appreciative of hearing that information. So, this
All right,
first,
well,
so,
interested in those.
any airborne in California
I
can
literally just
now
spoke to them this morning,
request
and,
funds for this,
so,
to be utilized for
Exactly.
purchasing this new,
talked to a few people.
newly certified, I'll call it newly certified.
Right. Under,
Sunday,
if they're part of that,
I was
if they get the
briefing on
funds, there's certain
spending
funds
on
that are
the
available,
infrastructure
Prop 1D and
to
2B,
incorporate
is goods movement,
clean transportation,
But
not just